Hello, I'm Rajoshi Biswas. I'm the Chief Scientific Officer and co-founder of Cognita Labs. And I primarily work with the clinicians and researchers for the devices that we have built in the respiratory healthcare space. And I help build clinical evidence for the devices as well as just getting the devices to the market with the team that we have.
And we'd love to start first just by knowing some more about your innovation in Cognita Labs as a whole.
Sure. We are a respiratory devices startup, and we focus on chronic diseases like asthma, COPD. About 500 million people in the world suffer from these diseases, and it's pretty much among the leading causes of hospitalization and mortality. So the crux of the problem is that these diseases are quite hard to manage. For example, most lung testing devices or lung tests are really hard to perform, even in the clinic. And these are not very sensitive either to daily lung changes. So, for example, the standard of care, which is spirometry, is so hard for young children or elderly, which is usually the COPD population, to perform. So what we've done is we've built the very first small airway measurement device that's easy to do. It's super fast, and pretty much anyone can do the test. It's completely effort-free, and it's FDA cleared for both clinic and home use.
Wow.
So that's one of the aspects that we've tried to tackle with the management of chronic diseases. And the other problem that they face is that the typical medications, which come in the form of inhalers, they are very difficult to use properly. So many times patients don't even get enough medication in their lungs, only about 5 to 10%. So you really have to use the inhalers properly. So we built a talking smart inhaler that talks to patients and helps them step by step use the inhalers properly every time. And we saw a 3x improvement in a clinical study also to show that patients are able to now use their inhalers correctly. So basically, we are using devices and innovations to both measure lungs, manage their diseases at home with proper use of medication. And at CAPCaT, we have combined the two devices into one platform called CARE-COPD that will help COPD patients manage their disease at home. And all of these devices are connected. So even pulmonologists can view all of this data and help patients manage their diseases from home.
So I'm a little curious, beyond funding, we're really interested in your experience with the CAPCaT team and how you originally connected with them and then how they've helped you so far.
Right. So we were initially supported by NSF and NIH seed funding to develop the two CARE-COPD devices. But, there's a phase right after FDA clearances. So both our devices are FDA cleared, where startups like us need funding to build clinical evidence for market adoption. But, the opportunities are quite low. We are too advanced for seed and angel funding, but too early for VCs. So it's quite common actually for startups to die out at this stage. But CAPCaT was a unique opportunity where they fund late stage companies to build that, help us build that critical clinical evidence and also help launch for early adoption. So we found the call online and saw their mission, which was pretty much what we needed at that stage in that gap of funding. And we decided to get connected. And luckily, we got the funding, and that's really helping us build that clinical evidence.
One last question. We'd like to know what's on the horizon for Cognita Labs and what are you looking forward to in, the coming months?
Well, we're at a very encouraging juncture right now. We have, as I mentioned, we have received the two FDA clearances for our disruptive innovations, and we're now working to collect the real world evidence of patient benefits. And really, the way I put it is that we've created enabling technologies, and in the next phase, we are enabling the workflows that were never possible before. For example, the really quick assessment of lung function for really young children or elderly in office or home or bedside settings. And this will dramatically, also with our other device, we can dramatically improve inhaler technique without human intervention from home. So all these have huge benefits for patient care, and we're really excited to make it happen with, at a wider scale in the next phase. So that's pretty much where we're going. And it's just thanks to these critical funding that came in from CAPCaT. So that was really helpful for us.